Hello everyone, this is Mumbo here, welcome back, and today we are back on the HermitCraft server. It's good to see you all here, still enjoying my Let's Play episodes. Now believe it or not, this is the second time that I have started this episode. I actually had half of the episode recorded, and then I found out that actually I had set up my mic incredibly wrong. All of the audio was coming out the left ear, the gain was set way too high, so you were getting very loud voice crackles, like whenever I went very loud, and yeah, it just didn't sound very good, so I had to start recording once again. And to get things started in this episode, I'm actually going to run you through all of the new things that I built so that you can get a rough idea of what's going on. Now the first thing that you may notice is this room. It is looking pretty good indeed. This is where all of the chests are going to go, and we have got a flooring in. These still need to be repositioned, don't worry about that, I will get onto that in a little bit. But we now have a ceiling. We are also using orange hardened clay instead of the red, and the reason that we went for that is just because I feel like it complements the sandstone a little bit more than the red. The red was a bit angry in your face, and this is quite a bit more subtle, and we have done the same thing for the roof. You can see both bands match up, but we have gone for a slight indent, which I think looks really good indeed. Now off in this direction is where we're going to be building our sugarcane farm. It's going for a V design, and I'll run you through it in more detail when we head over to my testing world. But other than that, we haven't done a whole lot more. I did do a bunch of exploration and looking for different flower types, and I also got loads and loads of clay, which some of it will be in these furnaces, yet we have a tiny bit more left over so that I can actually start building with hardened clay, because I haven't done much of that yet at all. I never really respected it as a decent building block, and I don't know why, but ever since I got into dyeing it all and using it with colours that go with other ones, it works perfectly, and I don't think I'm ever going to look back. But in front of you, this almighty beast is the star of the show. This is the sugarcane farm that we are going to be building. Now obviously, it's not going to be this one level, we're going to do multiple levels going way up in the sky, but I thought I'd run you through it in a little bit more detail. If you do want to see a tutorial of this one, then please go ahead and request it, and I will get to work on it. I would consider this to be a practical skills video, simply because it's a very big, large scale design that you can do for yourself. But anyway, like I said, it is an automatic sugarcane farm. It isn't bud activated, and by that I mean it doesn't grow and harvest automatically whenever sugarcane grows. However, if we hook it up to a timer so that it harvests every 5 minutes or so, then it is fully automatic. There's no doubt about it. And also, as you can see, if we do harvest it, we had a bunch of sugarcane up there, and you can see it is all on the ground now. None of it gets lost, none of it gets stuck on the edge of blocks, which is really frustrating about most farms these days. And it works extremely well. We then just run water streams down underneath here that will push all of our items into hoppers so that we can keep them in storage. Now if we go around the back, you can see that the redstone is pretty simple indeed. There isn't any repeaters or expensive things like that. It is all very standard, just redstone and redstone torches, so it's not actually going to take that much to build it, and I shouldn't have any trouble to do it on the HermitCraft server. Now for anyone that's wondering, why aren't you using sand? It's quite simply because sugarcane does not grow any faster on sand. That is a complete myth. I don't understand why people are still banging on about it. I would have thought that would have been cleared up by now, but no, sugarcane doesn't grow faster on sand. I would have preferred sand, quite simply because it looks a lot nicer than dirt. Dirt looks pretty horrible in my opinion, especially with the new room that we've got using sandstone. It would have been perfect to use the sand, but it's not to be. It will lower the efficiency of our farm, because then we'll have to have the dirt block or sand block up here instead of down there, and that means that it's going to be wasted space, and we don't want to be messing about with that kind of thing. But anyway, now we're going to head back over to the HermitCraft server and take a look at how I'm going to fit all of this in. Now this area back here that you can see I've begun to mine out is where our sugarcane farm is going to go, and I'm extremely excited for this because we're going to have a glass window right here, and then you will just look on in and see a wall of sugarcane. It's going to be tons and tons of the stuff, and hopefully if you catch it harvesting, you'll see it all pour down, and it will look pretty excellent. Now the plan for this is it's going to go around about 25 blocks down, and then it's going to go right the way up to ground level. Reason being is we're going to use a skylight so that we don't have to worry about lighting this place up, because that could be a little bit tricky. So using a skylight will provide constant lighting all the way down to the bottom, and then in the dark perhaps we'll have like glowstone or something like that as the block type. I haven't really thought that far ahead. All I know is this is going to look pretty sweet, especially from back here. And then when all of the items get picked up by the hoppers, they're going to be item elevated up and put into chests going along here. So our hoppers will run into the top of the chest and go around, and all of these are going to be double chests. Hopefully we can fill all of them up. I don't know what we're going to do with all of this sugarcane. It's going to be too much for us to handle. We're never going to use all of it, but it's fun to have this much resources, isn't it? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so I just got back from recording the bonus episode, and I also did the video footage for it. Yes, it did involve me just digging a very big hole. Of course, I did speed it up, so it wasn't really that boring. I'd say that was a lot better than me just fannying about my base, hopping around. I actually find things like mining quite enjoyable to watch, and I have no clue why. But anyway, as you can see, our area now goes down much further. It's looking very dark. I don't know if you'll be able to see this in the video, but it's looking good. I think this might be the depth that we want to get to, because what we have to remember is that this is also going to stretch way upwards, hopefully all the way up to the sky. Now I don't know if I'm going to be able to manage that, because I believe we are currently on y equals 47, which means that we'd need to go 20 blocks upward at the very least to get to the ground level so that we could have that skylight. However, I do like the sound of that. In fact, 20 blocks isn't even that far. We probably went down 16 for this area here, so it wouldn't take that long. Now, as you can see, I did start work on the next level, but then I quickly changed my mind as we ran into a cave system, and I didn't want to be facing all the mobs and things like that. I'm really bad at killing anything, especially on this server. Just the lag seems to get me. But what I'm thinking is, yeah, we need to mine upwards. I'm going to take out this big old area here. You might get a sped up time lapse or a little montage. I don't know yet, but this whole place, it needs to be ripped out. Now, before we start this time-lapse, I thought I would just head into the Hermitown, to show you around, because some of you might not have seen this place, and there are some... Whoa. Don't know what that is, or that. There is some crazy stuff going up and around here, and... yeah, I haven't taken a look at most of this stuff myself, but I can see the giant skull over there. That really did catch my eye. Don't know if you can quite catch that because of the fog, but that looks amazing. But the reason that we're actually over here is because we are going to be taking a look at the Ministry of Truth. It was built by Joe Hills, and it gives all the information about the server, because recently there has been an influx in the number of people that think that HermitCraft was a server started by myself, which I didn't. It was originally started by Generic B about a year ago. We recently had a map reset and I was added to the whitelist. I was invited on. Unfortunately, you can't sort of just hop on to HermitCraft. It is a private whitelisted server for YouTubers only. You may have noticed that already. If you didn't know that, then you're missing out on the other YouTubers that are on here, because they make fantastic videos. If you're not watching their Let's Plays, then yeah, you are big time missing out, especially some of the original Hermits. People like Azuma Void, Hypnotize, Biffa, Joe Hills, all those guys, they're still making videos on here, and it's great to see because they're still as entertaining as ever. But anyway, let's take a look at what's going on here. So, HermitCraft fan art and other very important stuff can be found on the HermitCraft Reddit. Now, I want you to go on over there and set your flare as my face. I don't know why I'm competitive. If I keep seeing little mumbo-jumbo faces around there, I'll be a happy man. Now, Generic B has said that he won't be back on HermitCraft, so I just wanted to clear that one up. And this is the server seed. It's on that sign. Hopefully, you can read that. If not, the seed is also on the HermitCraft Reddit. And Hypno will be attending Minecon 2013. I won't, unfortunately. Couldn't get the money, couldn't get the time, and yeah, that is a bit unfortunate. Well, I was just passing on by, minding my own business, and I took a look into the HermitCraft info kiosk for our little dinner bone, our little zombie fella, and he is missing. Our little upside down zombie is not there anymore, so I don't know what's happened. Someone's been swindled, but that's not looking good. Oh, there is going to be some issues on that one. Also, oh wow, we've got this little map. This was never loading for me, but it's really nice to see this map. I need to get myself a place in here. I don't know why I haven't done that yet. It is definitely something that I've been putting off. Maybe in the next episode or in a bonus episode, I will build a house in this spawn area. I mean, technically, okay, for those of you who don't know, I built this big town square. And it is still covered in torches. I was going to sort out the lighting for it, but I never got around to it. But I did build the big town square, so technically I could be like, guys, I claim this spot. This is my house. But I'm not going to do that, obviously. I do want to build a house. I think I actually did claim a spot in the town. Yeah, here. Oh, no. Oh! I see how it is. Someone's robbed my spot because I was definitely there. Top mass. You're cruising for a bruising, mate. You're cruising for a bruising. Alright, guys. So it's been a couple of days since my last cut, and in that time, a huge amount of things have happened, once again, not on the HermitCraft server. That's becoming a fairly common phrase. Don't worry, on the screen is going to be some time-lapse footage of me clearing out that area once again, but while that's playing, I thought I'd have another little chat to you. For those of you who saw the bonus episode and or are following me on Twitter, you will know that by now I have got myself a car. Yes, I have finally got it. It is in my hands. Well, not really in my hands. I mean, it's on the driveway. And I've been driving about in it. It is so much fun. It's a 1.6 litre car, so it's pretty nippy, actually. It does go quite well. Me and Tom, aka Jumbo, took it out on its first drive the other day. And yeah, it definitely accelerates quite nicely. I'm not going to tell you what we did because you might be policed and you might get stressed out. We were driving sensibly, but we just thought we might as well give it a go and see how fast it actually accelerates, which was a great idea. It was a lot of fun, but I'm not going to be doing that any more often, and you have to drive responsibly because you don't want to be involved in a crash. That'll be the worst thing ever. I drive really sensibly. We're on just an open road and we thought, you know what, it's worth a shot. But anyway, that's enough of that. The car is excellent, and what it has meant is that I've been going out a lot. Like, in the time that I've had the car, I've probably had about 3 weeks worth of social activity for me. I've just been out all day long from 8 till 10. It's insane. And when I say 8 till 10, I mean 8 in the morning till 10 at night. It's been incredible, and I am absolutely loving it. But what that does mean is I've sort of been struggling to record HermitCraft. Now don't worry, I'm not going to get all soppy on you like I did last time. That's not going to happen again. What I'm just trying to say is that this week has been fantastic, but I am coming back down to earth, and I am going to be working on the HermitCraft server. We've got a bunch of cool projects that we want to be working on in today's episode, and I don't want to miss out on those. So anyway, that should be enough of me chatting along. I hope that you enjoyed this little sped up time-lapse thing. A lot of you really like these. There were plenty of comments saying, look, I really like these time-lapses, keep doing them. So I decided to include one in this episode, and I hope it was worth it. Okay everyone, so going back to the Hermitown earlier made me realise that I do actually need to get myself set up in here. There is so much awesome and crazy things going on that I just feel like I'm missing out on some really great projects, seeing what the other hermits are doing. I'm being an actual hermit. I'm sort of hidden away in my own little shell, in my jungle, not caring about anyone else. And I really do want to know what others are doing. For example, up here, oh no, it's not loading up. Up here, there is just an incredible build. It's the Retro Arts Museum by Joe Hills. And it goes through a couple of the iconic figures in retro games, and it's really, really interesting. He's built the eyes and things like that of different video game characters, and it's really cool. So I want you to go down to the comment section and name each one, because, for example, I have got no clue who this is. I don't know if that's unfinished and I'm just missing out, or if they are actually something. But yeah, so here it is, Retro Pixel Art Museum by Joe Hills, and I'm sure there is videos of him constructing this on his channel, so you can check it out. But over there we've got the Steve eyes, and then we have just some craziness going on here. Those are fairly recognisable, but I can't remember what they are. Frog Chrono Trigger, right? And then up there, I believe that's Pac-Man. That looks a lot like Pac-Man to me, but I have no idea. But anyway, what we're going to be building in this area, in case you're wondering, is we're going to be doing two different things. We're not obviously going to be building it here, we're going to be building it in the town. But we are going to be adding in, first things first, a house. We need a spawn village house to say, look, my name's Mumbo, and yes, I am on the HermitCraft server, and I do live here. And then the second thing that we're going to need is we're going to have a redstone consultancy, so the hermits can come to me and get some redstone stuff done for them if they need it, and I will charge a price. Now it's going to be quite expensive because I'm a high class, high quality redstone engineer. I'm not one of those cheapo ones that will bodge the job. I'll do it properly. But that does mean that it is going to charge a little bit. However, if there are any hermits watching, don't worry. Don't concern yourself. If you need help, then I'm here to do it. Now, I've been hopping about the town for the past 10 to 15 minutes or so, trying to look for a spot to place down my builds, and especially for the Redstone Consultancy, we need an area that is going to get a high footfall, a large number of people going past it, because otherwise we're going to struggle to get any customers whatsoever. Now, obviously, I'm going to announce to all the other hermits that I have built this Redstone Consultancy, but still, you need to be able to find it. So I was thinking this spot here, it's not bad. It's a little bit far away from the town centre, but for obvious reasons, all of the spots nearby to that have been taken. Like, we can't build here because the cow farm's there, and these two areas are like that. We have this house right here, so we can't be doing that. There is a spot over here as well that could work quite nicely for the Redstone Consultancy. In fact, I think that is dead on. That is exactly where we need to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a sign from someone, unfortunately, and I'm going to plonk it down right there saying Mumbo is going to be building here. Just in case anyone decides to come along and rob it in the next half an hour or so, which would just be my luck. So I'm going to hop off, get some signs, and we're going to claim that area. Well, that's going to confuse the hell out of every single one of the hermits on here. Look, even this guy is curious as to what I've been doing. It's right there in spawn, Mumbo's secret project. At the minute it's just a sign. Who knows what it's going to become? Of course, you know and I know now, but whew, for those hermits in the next 3 days, that is going to blow all of their minds. But anyway, now I'm going to head back to my base and pick up all of the stuff that we're going to need to do this build. We're going to build the Redstone Consultancy first, and what I want to do is hop into a creative testing world so that I can take a look at how to build this place. Because what we want is we want a place that looks sort of industrial and mechanical, and we also want it to look good. We don't want a crappy looking shop. We want something that looks nice. So I'm going to get to work, hop into my testing world, and we'll take a look at what we can come up with. This here is what I was thinking about. It's a little bit industrial. You can clearly see the redstone blocks outside. It's quite obvious that this is a place orientated around redstone. And the idea is that someone would go inside, they would throw in a book that says what they need doing. For example, I would like an automatic potato farm, or I would like an automatic such and such, or I want a massive door. Yeah, you can do whatever you want, and then I'll read it, see if I would be able to do it, come up with a design, then head over to theirs, build it for them, and it will be a cash in hand type system. I'd go over there, pick up the money. If they don't pay up, then they're going to get a boot full from myself. I'm going to give them the old Mumbo clanger, and that should sort them out, and it will mean that no one will double cross me again. I'm going to be like a bit of a debt collector here, and it's going to be a lot of fun. The HermitCraft bruiser. But out the back, I don't know what I'm going to be doing here. It's a little bit of a rough draft. For example, the building is quite small. I don't think I've done it to the full size. It's very slim, which isn't good. We want it to go back a little bit further than that, and we need a handful more details around the side. You can see that I have these at the front. They look really good, and I might have to repeat those around the whole house because that will look pretty cool. But we'll cross that bridge when it comes to it. Now we're going to head back into the HermitCraft server and take a look at how we're going to do it. Now before we begin, I have to get all of the redstone together to make all those redstone blocks. I've got 2 full stacks of redstone ore here. You know the drill. I'm going to get on my Fortune 3 pickaxe and I'm going to break all of these, and I want you to head down to the comment section and say how many pieces of redstone you think I'm going to get. Now I won't be able to tell if you're cheating or not, but just have a bit of fun, head down there, say what you did, and you might get close, you might not. Who knows, it's all fun. To those of you who guessed 13 stacks minus 5, congratulations, you have won nothing. Nothing. Congrats, you've got 100% more nothing than you had before. But anyway, now that we have all of this, that's going to be well and truly enough to cover our redstone build area thing, to make all the redstone blocks that we need to build it. Obviously, they're not going to be everywhere. There aren't actually that many redstone blocks involved, but only about 9, but I just felt like I should have more than enough, because that's the kind of guy that I am. But anyway, I'm going to head off into the spawn area. I've got all of the things that I need to build this, so let's crack on. I have managed to get myself 30 levels just through general playing, so I thought I would enchant myself a diamond axe, because at the minute we have got the wood chopper, and it's not very good, it's just efficiency 4. So let's just bung this one in here, and see what we can get. Oh boy! What an axe! What a beast of an axe! That's amazing. Alright, so we've got ourselves a silk touch axe. Don't know what we're going to use that for, because you don't really need to silk touch anything with an axe. In fact, it's more annoying than anything, because you just end up picking up loads of leaves. But I'm a bit of a happy bunny right now, that's quite nice. We have the main framework now in place, so we can see how this little fella is going to be looking on the horizon. And may I just say, it's looking pretty good. As I've mentioned many times in these HermitCraft videos, I'm not much of a builder myself, I'm pretty awful at it, but I think I'm doing a decent enough job on this one. It is meant to look industrial, sort of ugly and mechanical. It's not meant to be like some fancy house like this one here, which may I just say, holy moly, this is a very nice house indeed. It's only the front at the minute. It's like one of those movie houses, you know, that's just a board. But wow, it looks like it's going to be an awesome looking thing. The problem with me is that if I built something like this, I'd do the front really nice, it would all look cool, and then I'd just lose inspiration halfway through, and the back would just look like an arse. And, well, it would appear that he is doing a great job at keeping it looking good. I believe this is Pungence. I think it is Pungence, yes, it is Pungence. So that is what he's been up to, and it is looking fine and dandy. Fine and dandy. For those of you who don't know, Pungence is B00's brother, so you can see the good building abilities, it runs in the family. Progress update number 2, everything is looking grand. We have started out on the roof, we've got the redstone blocks in here, we've got the back and all of the iron around here, and it is looking slightly more complete, which is what we like to see. It's all coming together now, so happy days for me. However, it is dark, so I'm going to have a bit of a kip, take a night in, and then we'll get back to work on the house, so I'll catch you in a bit. Progress update number 3, the entire outside of the build is now completely finished. We've got the roof and all of that good stuff. Now it's just the details to add in. So we've got the redstone torches on either side. We're going to have the iron doors. Obviously the whole inside needs to be done. And I was thinking we're going to have item frames on here that have, say, redstone blocks and a redstone dust, or just 2 redstone dust. Who knows, but I think that should look pretty cool. That will make the base look a lot nicer. I keep calling it the base. This is the Redstone Consultancy. It's not my house. This isn't what my house is going to look like. This is where people can come to buy my redstone services. And it should be all good. Should be all good. Hello everyone and welcome to the Redstone Consultancy. Here for all of your redstone needs. With 17, almost 18 years of redstone experience, Dr. Mumbo will be able to do anything for you. But not that. Just head on inside, put down your request in the chest, and name your price. But you can expect it to go up because Mumbo is a stingy old stick. But you don't know any better because this is the only redstone consultancy on the server, so for all you know, prices are very competitive indeed. Just come on by, place it down, and leave with a big old smile on your face. So there we go guys, we've even got ourselves a trailer for the Redstone Consultancy, but as you can see, it is all done, so all the player has to do, like I just said multiple times, is head on inside, throw down your request using a book, and I will get to work and hopefully get that done for you. Like I said, prices are going to be pretty high, but I'm a working man, I've got a wife and kids to feed and all that stuff, so you got to expect that. But unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, that is all that I have got time for this week. I really have been cutting it fine once again, but I hope that you enjoyed this episode. Some of you have picked up on the fact that I always say but unfortunately before I end, and you're like, oh, but unfortunately is the worst words that you can hear in one of Mumbo's videos, and I'm glad that you are enjoying them. This one was a lot of fun to record. I'm really glad that we built something in Spawn finally, especially something that the other hermits can use. If you are a hermit, please be sure to head on by and check this out. The prices aren't going to be as bad as I keep mentioning. I'm just trying to big it up and give a little bit of drama around it, you know. But there it is, that is the Redstone Consultancy. So if you did enjoy this video, please be sure to hit that like button, and if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching guys, this has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later. Hello everyone and welcome to the Redstone Consultancy. Here you will find all of your redstone needs. With over 15 years of redstone experience, Dr. Mumbo will be able to do anything for you. But not that. You can just suggest what you need built, and he will name the price. Well, you can name a price, but he will probably put it up because he's a stingy old stick. But do what you want, this is the only Redstone consultancy on the server, so for all you know, the prices are very comparable. Well, I don't even know what— oh god, this is difficult. Hello everyone, and welcome to the Redstone— what the hell am I talking about? Hello everyone, and welcome to the Redstone Consultancy. Here you will find all of your redstone needs. Oh dear.